Hello Pisces, my name is Tiffany from tiffanystarology and it's so good to be here again with you today. If this is your first time tuning in, welcome. If you are returning, thank you so much for being here again. Make sure to subscribe if you guys are interested in this message. Leave a comment, like to help this video get out to more Pisces. And I always like to start off by letting you guys know that I do offer one-on-one readings, both live and pre-recorded. The pre-recorded option, you will get a video sent to you via email that I make here at my beautiful desk. The live will do on Zoom. So either option is great. You can click on the description box. Wow, cards are starting to come out. I'm going to tell you about one of them because it popped out during the pre-shuffle. But click the link in the description box to get connected. But I have a feeling that this card is going to be relevant for you today because during the pre-shuffle it came out. And it's the two pass card. So we're going to just dive straight into the reading, Pisces. It says Crossroads, pivotal moment. At this crucial crossroads, a life-altering decision awaits you. The path of change is in your hands entirely. You know the decision you must make. So are you right now feeling like you've come to a pivotal crossroads in your life, Pisces? Are you feeling like you have come to a place where you know that the road that you've traveled on for however long is changing? I feel like that might be what's coming in for you. But yeah. All right. We also have cosmic influence. It says karmic debt and divine plan. You cannot change outer astrological forces, but you have the power to transform by delving deep into your divine essence and uncover the inner strengths needed to transcend all karmic realities. So I 110% get that you are going through a transition of a path change, a timeline change, a shift in perspective that has to do with you ascending from a karmic timeline. Also closing out karmic chapters, walking away from karmic partners or karmic situations in your life. You have Hunter, ambition and survival. It says you are ready to take on a new challenge and venture into uncharted territory. Trust your instincts to adapt to the changing circumstances and you'll come out stronger on the other side. So this is giving warrior spirit, tapping into ancestral roots. You may have felt like you've had to really, fight to get where you are now, whether it's been an internal or external battle or both. But understand that your ambition has been what has allowed you to survive. And the tools that you have been given, I believe, are also past life gifts, past life tools, ancestral gifts and talents that you needed to use in this lifetime specifically to transcend the karmic timelines. Your last card here is guided lessons. It says learning and education. It says you will have to learn the necessary lesson in order to be free from it for good. Embrace the opportunity to learn and evolve, as it will pave the way for a new way of life. Wow, Pisces. This is so pivotal. So again, you have two paths, cosmic influence, hunter, and guided lessons. And as we really look at these cards, I will zoom in here for you guys just a little bit. As we really look at these cards, there's an energy here that in order for you to get to where you needed to go, so the new way of life, the new path, you had to learn to fight through these karmic lessons, to move past the karmic influences, to reignite the flame of who you once were. But this is a very crucial crossroads, Pisces, because I believe everything is going to change. A lot of your life is going to be different in the next couple of months, even. For sure the next year, especially because you have hard work, discipline, and commitment on the bottom of the deck. This is although you may not see immediate results from your efforts, know that the work you invest in now will bear much fruit later. Stay the course. You're on the path to attaining lasting financial security. And if you're not necessarily looking for financial security, it could just be stability in your life, freedom in your home, a stable lifestyle, home life, work life, all of that, okay? Beautiful. So 2 paths, cosmic influence, guided lessons. This to me is like screaming soul contract. Very much so soul contracty here. So let's pull your tarot, and I'm going to keep the 2 paths at the top because I really do think that that is the major influence today. So spirit guides, what is Pisces' current situation? I'm using the Tarot for the Great Outdoors. This deck I felt called to use, but I don't use it often. And it has like some imagery that's similar to the traditional tarot, but it does go off a little bit. So it might lead us to needing to use our intuition a little bit more. 2 of Vessels. This is 2 of Cups. So definitely the energy of you going through pivotal transitions and changes with a partner, or in the event that you are walking away from a relationship, you're at that crossroads with a partner. So 2 of Cups, we think of 2 people working together. Are the commitments, contracts, relationships that you have to other people right now really serving you? When I looked at this for a second, I was like, are they really rowing together? And I was like, yeah, they are. She's just on the opposite side. So it's like finding a person who also balances you out. Being in a relationship and being in, I want to say commitment with. Could be bosses, could be family. Just with people who are on the same page as you, Pisces. Going towards a common goal. What's challenging, Pisces, in these relationships right now? I just keep thinking about a card I saw earlier called Rebellion. You are not like a lot of the people that you've come into contact with. Ace of Vessels, so Ace of Cups. Oh, this is interesting. So it's like the love that you have for a lot of the people in your life is actually challenging the transition that you are making in your life. You're at a crossroads, right? This says explore, get outside. Again, these are all going to be about outdoors. Again, it's called Tarot for the Great Outdoors. Spirit wants you to explore and get out of your comfort zone, but what's challenging you is the people that you are connected to. These people that have you at a crossroads, you really care about them. You really love them. They don't necessarily have to be love interests, but they could be people that you are in a relationship with as far as family, best friends. This could be a committed employer that you've really grown fond of. This could be a group of people that you've been attached to for a while. And I see that the love that you have for them with the Ace of Vessels, which is the Ace of Cups, is actually causing conflict for you because it's hard to walk away from people that you love. And it's hard to say no, and it's hard to maybe show up authentically because, again, remember, you are at the crossroads in these relationships right now where you're having to choose a path or direction. And I don't know if that path or direction is the same path or the same direction that they would have gone on as well. Are you choosing your own path in spite of what everyone around you is saying that you should do? What are your strengths at this time, Pisces? And it's hard because when you love them, we're such an empaths on here. It can cloud your judgment. Strengths at this time for Pisces. We have the 8 of Blades, which is the 8 of Swords, and the Hermit. So the 8 of Blades in this particular card is not necessarily the same as the traditional tarot, but what I get from this card is if you felt like you weren't around the right people, if you felt that you were trapped in situations that you couldn't get through, like I see this tree that's cracked and fallen, right? There could have been something blocking your pathway forward. It could have been ways in which you were raised, the need for financial security, a relationship that you've been too scared to walk away from, limitations, right? So this like branch being down was like blocking your path. But what I see as a strength for you is as you allow yourself to just start working and start overcoming the challenge and actually working with people who are on the same path as you and going down this road anyways, you will find that there will be helpers and people who will help you to get unstuck. So it's kind of like the strength is your ability to just not give up and to almost trust that this lesson that you're going through, you'll be equipped with the right people to help you actually make it through. Because this person, again, they're not doing this alone. They're not picking up all of the pieces by themselves. There's been some kind of disaster, maybe a wind-related disaster, a storm. But they're working together to overcome it. But these don't look like people necessarily that look like her. When I'm looking at her, they don't look like her. They're different. And I feel like Spirit is giving you different people that are coming into your life to assist you on this new path. You also have the Hermit. And for a lot of us in the Northern Hemisphere, we were able to see the auroras recently. So that could be significant to you. But the Hermit is about going within, taking it slow, receiving divine knowledge and guidance, separation even. So for some of you, truly, the strength has also been that on this path, this rebellious, this different, this I don't fit in with where my family wants me to go or what they want me to do type of mentality, you've actually created for yourself this like safe haven. You've created for yourself this peace. You've created for yourself this like island where you are doing well, where you are able to tap in to Spirit and hear God's voice more clearly. You have created your own piece of the pie because you chose a path that was fitting for you. This is you going within to receive the knowledge, the guidance, to learn those lessons that we talked about earlier, that Spirit wanted you to learn. This was about you taking time to be by yourself. And as the Hermit came up in a reading I did, I believe the very last reading, and a lot of people actually commented that they have been in a hermit mode or they've been that way their whole life. And Pisces, we are very much so totally fine on our own. And often we will challenge the status quo in our families. And so I see here that you going into that hermitage was really about the lessons that you were trying to learn and the lessons that you were being given to really go through. And it says in order for you to have this new way of life, to pave this new way of life, you had to go through this learning. You had to go through this isolation. But it's a strength, not a weakness. Some people may have said, why are you always by yourself? Or why don't you let us in? And it's been for your protection. Area of focus for Pisces. We have the Lovers, the Four of Sticks, which is the Four of Wands, the Judgment card, and the Eight of Vessels, which is the Eight of Cups. Wow. Okay, Pisces, this is a lot to unload. Okay, we'll start here with the Lovers. So, looks like they're looking over like, yeah, it says Niagara Falls State Park, right? So, I feel as though you've gone through a whole lot with these connections. This has been a long-term either friend, lover, family member, boss, co-worker, whoever, mentor, whoever this is, someone that's really close to you and has been there with you. Someone that you've ascended to the mountaintops with and you've gone places with and you've lived a life with them. And I know who you are. These people are embracing under this beautiful waterfall, which is also symbolic of change and kind of drastic change. And then you have this like moving water of the Judgment. And judgment has been cast on this relationship, this connection, these people. And it's not always easy to go through a judgment call. as you can see, there is a lot of turbulence, a lot of faith in this person really driving the boat, which is like your spirit team, your spirit guides, right? So you've had to go through the drama, through the lessons, through the karmic ties, through the karmic situations, and arise to the occasion. Remember the Hunter card. You've learned to be resilient. You've learned to trust God and to understand that God is guiding the pathway forward for this connection. But along the way, 4 of Sticks would be like 4 of Wands. 8 of Vessels would be 8 of Cups. You've had to realize that it's time to leave behind these people, and that your true celebration and success is really being able to create this fire on your own. And I don't want you to be sad about it, Pisces, because there's a somber tone, I want to say, to this 4 of Wands. Normally the 4 of Wands is like celebration card and they're a little bit happier, and this one kind of has like a somber tone. But what really catches me is that fire. The fire is this will to move forward against all odds. In the midst of the storm, you're still given the tools, the 4 sticks that you need to put together to create something new, something that is beautiful, something that can carry you forward, keep you warm at night, fuel for your journey. And when judgment was cast on these people, on this situation, it could be more than one person. I feel like you had to learn to fend for yourself. And that 8 of Vessels, you had to walk away and go in a new direction. They had pulled their boat out of the water. So it was kind of like, you were in the water, going who knows where with the wrong people or just the wrong timeline. Again, this is like a karmic timeline ascension. And you're looking back over the memories that you used to have with the people that you loved and the connections that you were in. And ultimately, you're like, Spirit, I've got to take my boat onto dry land. And I've really got to figure out what's best for myself. Near future for Pisces. It's too many. Near future for Pisces. Near future for Pisces. Still got 3. We won't fight it. We have the Queen of Stones, which is the Queen of Pentacles. The Knight of Stones, which is the Knight of Pentacles. And we have the Emperor. Wow. So this is all about stability, truthfully. This is about the near future, you slowly but steadily reaching the pinnacle of you having autonomy over your new life, your new path. So Queen of Stones, these people are kind of looking at this lady who's trying to show them how to rock climb. Looks like a rock wall. They're having to trust in these cables, right? So the near future, Pisces, I think you're going to learn to trust your own capabilities. You're going to learn to trust your spirit guides, the direction that you've been given to go in this new way. Maybe those cords that they're attached to there are cords that are attached to the new life, and you have to just trust where you're being led. The Queen of Pentacles is very much so grounded. She knows who she is. And I feel like you need to trust where your spirit team and your intuition and all of those inner compass, type of feelings are telling you to go, to climb this wall, to go to new heights, to seek out a new perspective, a new vantage point, and to also know that the way that you desire to go is the way in which you should, not necessarily a way in which someone else would have you go. But there's stability there. With the Knight of Stones, you're kind of in this cave type of energy where it takes hundreds upon hundreds of years for these stalagmites and stalactites to form. But they form into such beautiful, beautiful caverns over time. I've been to one myself in Sequoia National Park, and it's just gorgeous. If you can ever go into a cave and see how that small trickle of water over time forms these sediments and just these beautiful structures, you just see the beauty of God even in a cave. It's gorgeous. But what this card is saying is that this road to stability, that Queen of Stones, Queen of Pentacles, that road forward is going to take you some time to get there. Don't think that just because it's taking a while that it won't happen for you. So have some patience as you're changing course, as you're changing timelines, as your path is being, navigated, because over time you will see the truth and the beauty of this particular blossoming path in your life, the new life that you're creating. And eventually, in due time, Pisces, near future, you are going to see that the hard work paid off. It says Yosemite National Park. I'm not sure which peak this is or mountain this is, but there's such a calm, just stable, solid rock energy about your future because you chose yourself over relationships that were full of love, but maybe guiding you in the wrong direction. You will have what you need. You will have plenty. You will have stability. You will have safety. And you will also understand that the way that you chose to go leads to the solidified foundation that you were looking for. Like we were saying here, the karmic debt is paid. And it says you're transcending those timelines. And also that your ambition is taking you to the other side. So don't forget that all the while that you were doing this, going into your hermitage, going your own way, looking at your connections, evaluating, the place and position of love in your life, you were creating that solid rock foundation for your future. And that's what really matters, because no one else is responsible for your life but you, Pisces. So you have to make it what you need it to be. Recent past for Pisces. Six of Sticks, which is Six of Wands. And I did look up the meaning of this card just to get an idea because I saw it in the deck. And it's talking about success, but success because you were prepared. So I feel like in the recent past, you've gone through a lot of transition and a lot of ups and downs, traveling on that road, right? That was blocked and continuing to go because you came prepared. You had your backpack, you had your sticks, you had your hat, your visor. And if life wanted to throw you a curveball and it tried, I see resiliency and still you reaching success. But through a lot of trial and tribulation, right? But God is saying to always be prepared for change. Don't get so comfortable in the way that things always have been or always were. Prepare yourself for the unthinkable. And a lot of what you've gone through in the recent past has been hard lessons. Going on a hike and, it was sunny out and all of a sudden it's raining and you've had to renegotiate and you've had to re-navigate and you've had to pause and all of that. But it was all to get you on the right path. Advice from your spirit team. Yeah, 4 cards there. I try not to take too many so that the message is not muddled. Usually if it's more than 3, I'll ask for 1. Advice. There we go. You have the Chariot. I love it. Move forward. Even when you feel like all the odds are stacked against you, Pisces, this is such a harsh climate. This has been such a difficult movement for you. This has been a difficult journey to really be able to choose yourself and to go on your own path, whether in a physical, spiritual, or emotional way. Spirit is saying now is the time. This is Denali National Park and Preserve that they're representing in this card. That could be significant to you. We have Voyagers. I think there was Yosemite, Denali, and Niagara Falls. So if you've been to any of those places, that could also be significant to you. But the Chariot is a card of just go for it. Move forward. Be brave. Be resilient. Be prepared though. You don't just get on a sled and go through the ice without preparation. But don't give up. Especially through the winter. I feel like there could be this like, I just can't do this anymore type of energy that could come up this winter. But I did see a big change for Pisces in the spring. And I think that's because the eclipse season is going to cause more shifting because it's going to be affecting us directly. There's going to be an eclipse in Virgo that's affecting our 7th house of partnerships, relationships, marriages, all of that. A lot of you will be letting go in the springtime if you haven't already. But don't give up. Chariot is about moving forward and swift change. Your environment, Knight of Blades. I see a lot of you just being done with your environment. He's like throwing out a flare or some kind of like dynamite stick or something, right? And I just see you going forward, moving fast, and just allowing the obliteration of your current circumstances to just be gone. You've realized that people aren't on the same path as you, that people aren't on the same trajectory as you, that you don't have the same ideas as everyone else, that you need to go in your own specific way. And I feel as though the Knight of Blades is saying that you will have the help that you need. This is a person on a rescue mission, but you're like rescuing yourself. You're saving yourself and you're moving forward at all costs to just be able to get where you need to go. I'm going to ask one more. Tell me more about Pisces environment. You're done with it. A lot of you are tired of your environment or you're just ready for a change. 2 of Stones. This is 2 of Pentacles. Balance. You're trying to restore balance in your life. If your current situation, your current environment is not balanced, I see a lot of you just getting out and moving on. This person is in a tent, so there could be changes in your home environment. Maybe they're feeling a little bit rocky, not stable like a house would be. But there is still this beauty that's waiting for you. I see this path, this trail. If you were to just move forward. Again, I feel that Chariot energy coming through. You're going to improve your home life. You're going to improve your stability. Especially in regard to like if you're trying to move. I feel that coming through very, very strongly. All right, hopes and fears for Pisces. It's too many hopes and fears for Pisces. Hopes and fears. We have the Magician. Oh, you're manifesting. Too many, Spirit. One more, please. Hopes and fears. All right. Our first reversal of the day. So, we have the Magician. We have the Queen of Vessels, which is like the Queen of Cups. And we have the 4 of Blades, which is the 4 of Swords in reverse. So, right off the bat, I really see you, Pisces. This says Waimea Canyon State Park. I'm not sure where that is. She is balancing on this rock, trying not to slip, right? I'm not sure what that has to do with the Magician, but if we're just interpreting the look of this card, I feel like you are kind of in a transition, a slippery slope, or maybe like a situation where you're trying to change your reality, trying to get to safer ground, and you are manifesting and manipulating and creating the pathway for yourself. But it is taking some careful consideration. It is taking some faith in yourself and in your body and in your mind that you have all that it takes to create this new timeline. But I see a lot for you as far as with your hopes and fears. If your hope is that you can create a new reality, that you can go on this new path, that you can change the karmic trajectory of your life, you're right on track. You have here the Queen of Vessels, and I just see you being fearless, not allowing any storm. Sorry, we timed out. Not allowing any storm or any wave to slow you down, and literally allowing yourself to just be swaddled by the forces of change. The water can be such a healing force, such a devastating force, but whatever the case is, you're just saying, I trust where this water, where this wind, where this journey is taking me on this board. And the Queen of Cups, or Queen of Vessels, is connected to her intuition. She understands that emotionally, through the tides, through the turns, through the ups and the downs, that she will still get where she needs to go. This is you also finding emotional fulfillment in your life again. If you have felt tired and isolated and held back by your current circumstances and by the people that you've surrounded yourself with, for instance, on the bottom of the deck, Five of Stones is Five of Pentacles. If life has felt muddy and weepy and there's just been so much destruction, especially within the home, I see so much going on as far as like protection, and also shelter being affected. Like if there's been like an inability for you to really take care of yourself, as you traverse this crossroads and as you're at this critical point, this transition that you're going through in relationships and who you're connected to, even the land that you're connected to, I see that you get your mojo back because you move. And the sun and that beautiful like rainbow like effect is so gorgeous because I just see you getting your vitality back by going on this new path. And then with the Four of Blades in reverse, the Four of Swords is about resting and recuperation. And I feel like you guys are just like, am I still going to have to stay in like this rest mode, this like waiting mode, this meditation, this prayer? Within a reverse, I really feel like you're moving out of that energy. It's time for you to soar. It's time for you to get out of the bed. It's time for you to let go of depression. It's time for you to move beyond just this isolated time of reflection. And God's like, get out there and get on your skis and move again. These skis here are just kind of waiting because they've taken a break, right? With this in reverse, I see you're done taking a break. I see you're ready to get yourself out there again and move. Your hope is like, okay, God, I've been in prayer. I've been in meditation. I've done all the things you said. I created this little, space for myself in hermit mode. I've listened to your call to not just be here because I love these people, but to choose myself. And I see you getting back into motion. Okay, Pisces, it's going to happen for you. And potential outcome of this crossroads, of this new change of path. Potential outcome for Pisces. We have 4. Let's see. Let's just go with it. 2 of Blades on the bottom of the deck. So this is that literal 2 of Swords crossroads that you're at, okay? We have the 4 of Stones, which is the 4 of Pentacles, which is stability. We have the Sun card, which is happiness, more stability, being okay in the skin that you're in, loving the life that you live. 9 of Vessels, which is wish fulfillment. Your family is taken care of. Your animals are taken care of. You're living a slower paced life. You're finding more peace in your everyday. You've listened to the messengers. I see birds behind her. Page of Stones, which is Page of Pentacles. So it's like you're starting new businesses. You're starting new ways of life. Some of you are going on your own for the first time in a really long time. It says camp host. So maybe some of you are going to start to actually move into new homes and start to do like where you're renting out to other people, or maybe you're going to a camp, or you're doing something where you're around other people. I see community building for you. And Wheel of Fortune is that positive karmic timeline, the lessons learned, the joy that you've received from going through this journey and you reaping the harvest of the karmic wheel turning in your positive direction, and you receiving a wealth of happiness from it. So Pisces, that's beautiful. For your final, your final outcome, it's just like stability, 4 of stones, finding your place in this world. And even for some of you, I see like maybe you find your little place on the outskirts of town, but you're not too far away. So you're still able to connect in with the people that you love when you need to, but you're still kind of in your safe space. I believe this is Central Park. But yeah, most importantly though, Pisces, the second that you choose you, and the second that you choose your own path, the second that you decide that you want to live a happier life, downsizing comes through as well. She's got like a little camper behind her. Yeah, there might be a downsizing that you go through, but I see so much happiness. Connection to water as well, if you're moving near water. Or somewhere where there's a lot of like water sports, or just like a lake or a creek, the ocean for some of you. It's going to bring you to a place of happiness. And when I look on the bottom of the deck, so you get to that crossroads, right? The 2 of blades, where you have to pick which direction you want to go. Spirit sends in the people, Knight of Vessels. This is like the Knight of Cups. Good offers, opportunities, new love comes in. You got the house, you got the car, you've been approved for the loan, you've been approved for the relocation, you got the visa, whatever that case is. It's part of your karmic justice so that you will be back in alignment and in balance with the way that you were supposed to live your life. That portal, that pathway to your divine karmic timeline. And then you start anew. You start a whole new life, a brand new chapter where there is success, where there is happiness, where there is fulfillment, and truthfully, a risk that you take to get here. And part of that risk was choosing the path, going through the lessons, exploring, the harshness of the reality of maybe what this winter will bring, experiencing the joy of being solitary but taken care of, preparing for the journey. Most importantly, recent past, some of you are in this right now where it's just like the world could be raining on you, but you have your coat, you have your visor, you have your sticks, being ready. And evaluating the love that you have for the people in your life and asking yourself, are they coming with me on this journey, or is it time to go in a different direction? So Pisces, I'm wishing you so much love as you go forward in this 2 paths with this cosmic influence. You've learned how to be a great hunter or huntress, and God has been guiding you the whole way with these lessons. I love you so much. Wishing you so much love and happiness. If I don't catch you tomorrow, I'll catch you in a couple of days. I love you so much. Bye, Pisces.